The gate was $6.6 million. Yeah. 20,143 people in attendance. It was a total sellout. Fight of the night was Thompson and Luque. Performance of the night was Corey Anderson and Kevin Lee. They all won $50,000. Congratulations to them. John?
A pretty spectacular event overall tonight, but of course probably not the ending everybody was hoping for. Wanted something a little more definitive, but I just want to get your thoughts on the main event as a whole and what you thought about the stoppage.
Yeah, you know what happens in this game? These things happen. At first, I was bitching and pissed off, and I said, you know, then stop the Tyson Fury fight, and that cut was nasty and whatever. Then I walked back and I saw Nate Diaz, and his eyebrow was literally flipped over in front of his eye, and he had another huge gash under his eye, and then I started thinking, you know, it's easy sitting over there in my chair thinking, you know, the fight shouldn't be stopped. And the reason we love Diaz so much is because, you know, he's so tough and durable and everything else, but I don't know. These things happen, and it didn't look good. Yeah, it didn't look good.
Instantly, you know, Masvidal said, let's do it again, let's run it back, let's do a rematch. I mean, as big as this event was, I can't see it being any smaller necessarily the second time around. Does that interest you right away?
No, it doesn't interest me right away. I think that, you know, I got asked a couple questions tonight. You know, Diaz comes on in the later rounds. If this fight had gone later, they didn't stop it, what would have happened, whatever. But it didn't. Got stopped with cuts, and Masvidal looked very dominant, and he looked good. He's looked good all year. He's had nothing but great fights all year, and you know, if anybody's the fighter in 2019, it's definitely that kid. And I think he's got some big options coming his way.
I know you're a boxing fan, and you I don't know how much you were able to follow along with what happened tonight, but they end up showing your fight there at the fight in Vegas. I'm curious.
So MGM, we're sitting there, and MGM called and said, you know, you guys are halfway through your co-main event right now. We can't, people are losing their minds here or whatever. Can we show the Diaz fight at the MGM? And I was just like, oh shit, this is crazy. This is getting crazier by the minute. If I woke up and dreamed all this, I wouldn't believe that it really, you know, that it could happen. But it was nuts. And of course we said yes, and they did, and wow.
I was going to say, I mean, I know you don't like to play the MMA versus boxing game, but does that say something about the state of the sports, you know, the health of that they're showing your main event at their card?
I don't think, it's not, they're not showing my main event at their cards because somebody won and somebody lost. It's a much bigger picture than that. And I've said, and you know, you guys know how I am or whatever. I fucking hate Oscar De La Hoya. I hate this guy. He's a scumbag and just he's a snake. And told him not to go on this night. He did what he wanted to do, and here we are. I respect Canelo, and I respect all the other fighters and the guys who you know, participate in the sport of boxing. And you know, we got it worked out yesterday to where fans could see both fights. And I don't know, it's just a real crazy thing for me. You know, look at me, right? If you look at me, my situation, where I've been, where I've come from, we weren't allowed in this state a few years ago. The President of the United States was here tonight. And I don't care where you sit politically, you know what I mean? Everybody has their own political opinions and who they are, whatever. The President of the United States was here tonight at our event. We weren't allowed here a few years ago. Fucking wow.
Last thing for me, Dana, I want to ask you about Corey Anderson. He kind of shocked the world a little bit, not only with the win, but the way he did, of course, the celebration. He came back afterwards and said, UFC, give me a title shot or terminate my contract because I deserve it right now. What do you think about him and his chances at the title then?
So he came in here very angry this week, you know. all these conspiracy theories, we hate them, we this, that, everything else, and all this crybaby bullshit. We're trying to get him beat. Can't get you beat. You can either win or you can't. You know what I mean? We like Corey, or we like Walker better, or whatever the deal, whatever stuff that he was saying. No, some guys move faster than others. You're telling us what you deserve. Show us what you deserve. Tonight you showed us. Got it. Message received. Now we know. You guys were there. Were you not at the weigh-ins? Not one person clapped for him at the weigh-ins. Right? Walker got a pretty big pop when he came out. I bet people will notice him next time, won't they? Right? You came out, you showed everybody. You did something. Now we'll move on. I'm not saying you're getting a title shot next or whatever. Ray has just won too, very impressively. We'll figure out what's next for you. And when your contract is up, if you still don't want to be here, you can do whatever you want to do. In the meantime, take the fights that we offer you. Pretty simple. I'm not trying to get you beat. I'm not trying to get anybody beat. How can I get you beat? You think you're the best? If you think you deserve a shot at the title, how am I going to get you beat with the number 11 or 14th ranked guy in the world, or whatever he was tonight? If you deserve a title shot.
Dana just here. Co-main event, Darren Till, you see he made his middleweight debut. What did you think of him in there at the new weight? And Anfield is something that he's been campaigning for. Obviously he got the win. Do you see the UFC going to Anfield near Liverpool for his next one?
He won tonight. That's what he needed to do. You know, considering the week that he's had, should have been here Sunday or Monday. We had to jump through a lot of hoops to get him here when we did. And he needed to come out and he needed to win. He looked good. He looked big. He looked, you know, he was dominant. I don't know what judge scored that thing 30-27 the other way. Insanity. But he did what he needed to do tonight. He needed to, you know, I'm sure his head wasn't in a really good place flying in when he did and all the stuff that he had to go through. But he came in and he won. And that's what he needed to do.
What do you see next for him?
I don't know. But he's good. This win probably catapults him into the top 6, you know? And so he's going to have some fun fights ahead of him.
And Kevin Lee obviously had a very spectacular finish.
You know, Kevin Lee did the exact opposite. So Kevin Lee, so tonight, the President of the United States was here, The Rock, a lot of other people. The place is sold out, breaking records as far as ESPN goes, breaking records internationally, the list goes on and on. And when you're on a platform like you're on tonight and people that are watching tonight, you want to be Kevin Lee and go out and do what Kevin Lee did. I'm talking about Kevin Lee. You're all going to be talking about Kevin Lee, and everybody watching tonight's going to be talking about Kevin Lee. So Kevin couldn't have any won money tonight too, right? He's 150,000. It's good to be Kevin Lee tonight.
And he said before that he wanted to fight with Islam Makhachev, and Islam had said on Twitter that he was up for that and he wanted that in January. Do you see that being next for Kevin?
I have no clue. No clue.
So you were talking about other stars on this, dovetailing that. How about Shabazians, some of the other guys like him and
Awesome.
Dawodu?
So he comes in, you know, he wants to be the youngest, you know, champion ever, and comes in tonight against Tavares, who is a gritty, tough, hard-hitting, durable, you know, veteran. He's been around for a while, and he looked good, man. He performed.
And someone like, say, Dawodu, the opener, said he doesn't want to open ever again.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
He felt a little lack of respect being the opener.
Oh, yeah?
Character.
It's a lack of respect.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
And the last question I have is to dovetail on what John said earlier. Obviously, you and De La Hoya are best friends. Are you going to send him a thank you note for pushing that back and getting your stuff in the MGM Grand? Say, hey.
He didn't do any of that. You think that idiot did that? He did none of that.
Him and his own.
Yeah. It was much smarter people that surround him that started to do that stuff. It wasn't that moron. He's an asshole. I mean, how much more can I prove myself that this guy's an asshole and a complete just fuck up?
Go for it.
I have. Was I right or was I wrong in the Tito Ortiz Chuck Liddell fight, right? And then after the fight's over, he comes out and lies and says, you know, how they did huge numbers on digital. Okay, you're a liar. Then right up to this fight, everything that he's done. I used to help this guy. I used to promote his fights. I used to go out on social media and say, hey, the fight's tonight. I'm watching the fight or whatever. And then we do the Mayweather McGregor fight, and he tells people not to watch. Who does that? Don't watch. This is a disgrace to boxing. But then says he wants to fight Conor McGregor after. I mean, I could just go on for days about this guy.
Please do.
He's a bad guy. He's a snake. He's a snake. He's a liar, and he's just an all-around bad guy. He's really fucking weird too. Just to top it off.
Well, follow up on Shabazian, and you know, someone like him, Macy Barber, these like very young fighters who are 21, and they're all talking about they want to break John Jones's record and stuff. When you look at them and how talented they're, like, how do you kind of handle that? Because you know that obviously be a huge accomplishment for them, and they're winning these fights. Like, how do you